Adventures in time and space, told in future tense. Dimension X. Time is an interesting phenomenon. A ticking clock, the running sands of an hourglass. All these have captured the imagination of men. But time is more. It exists now, and then, and in the future. Suppose we are in the year 1950. Coexistent in time may be worlds we have never seen, the worlds of the past and of the future. The year was 1950. It was a spring night in Mexico, fiesta time. The fireworks shot up into the clear, dark sky, and a papier-mâché bull ran about the plaza chasing boys and laughing men. Mr. and Mrs. William Travis stood on the edge of the yelling crowd, smiling.
Oh, what is it, Bill? What are they saying?
Well, they're cheering for the bull. Here he comes. He's good, isn't he? I wonder how they rigged up that fire breathing.
Oh, Bill, it's wonderful. I've never enjoyed myself so much in my life.
It's terrific. Well, they brought the bull. Bravo, Toro!
Bravo, Toro! Oh, we'll go on, won't we? I mean, our trip.
Ah, Sue, don't worry. I've enough traveler's checks for a lifetime. Relax.
But suppose they find us.
Forget it now. They haven't a chance.
But suppose they do. Suppose they take us back.
They'll never find us now. Relax. Enjoy yourself.
Oh, if it only lasts.
Come on, darling. Let's get out of the crowd. I think you need a drink.
All right. Let's try something different this time. I want to try every drink there is in the world.
Oh, don't worry, darling. There's no rush. We've plenty of time now. All right, in here. Oh, there's a table over there. Come on.
Bill.
What's the matter?
Don't look right away, but over your left shoulder, right by the end of the bar, that man.
What is it?
I saw him this morning in the plaza.
Well, darling, take it easy. The town is full of tourists.
But he was at Juarez in Tasco. Bill, I'm afraid.
Well, now, don't stare at him. Come on.
I know it's the same man. He was wearing the same white suit.
Sit down, Sue. All right, now, come on, dear. Smile. Act natural.
Bill, he's been following us. He's a searcher. I know he is.
Quiet. Oh, boy. Here, boy.
Si, senor. Si.
Benedictine and brandy. Two.
Si, senor.
He's watching us, Bill.
Will you quit worrying, darling? The chances are 1 in 1,000 that they found us. Probably it's just a coincidence.
I want to lie down. I think I'm going to be sick.
Susan, hang on, will you? If he is looking for us, we can't run out. What's he doing now?
He stopped our waiter. He's asking him something.
He may just want a drink.
Bill, I can't stand it. I've got to go upstairs and lie down.
All right. As soon as we finish our drinks. What's he doing now?
Well, he's nodding at me, as if he knows me. And he's smiling. Bill, he's coming over here.
Now, watch yourself. We've got to go right on in front of him. So if he is what we think he is, he won't suspect.
I couldn't.
We've got to. Come on. So I said to David, Dave, that's ridiculous. You know that the thing is that is never going to take...
Kristen.
What?
You did not pull up your pants leg when you sat down.
Oh, well, I'm afraid you have the wrong person. My name isn't Chrysler.
Chris 10.
No, well, I'm William Travis. I don't see what my pants leg has got to do with it.
Mind if I sit down?
Well, yes,
Everyone nowadays pulls up his pants leg when he sits down. Like this. Keeps the trousers from bagging at the knees. But, of course, if you're not used to this style of clothing...
Now, see here. We don't know you. We don't...
I'm sorry. I thought I knew you.
Look, this is our table. If you don't mind...
You see, I'm looking for 2 friends of mine. A man and his wife, very much like you. The man is an atomic scientist. The wife, a bacteriologist. Very important people. They work on government business.
Just what are you talking about?
And when I find my friends, going to take them home with me.
Look here, Mr.
Sims. That will do for now.
All right, Sims. I understand that you thought you knew us. But you can see you're mistaken. Now, if you'll excuse us, my wife and I were just going up to our room. We have to make an early start in the morning.
Going for a trip? Up Acapulco, perhaps? Lovely
Never
spot.
mind where we're going.
Yes, of course. You don't like crowds, tourists. I'd probably like to get off the beaten path. You know, I've got a vacation folder here that might interest
Please,
you.
Bill, let's go.
Oh, wait, Sue.
It's put out by an outfit that calls itself Travel in Time Incorporated.
Travel in time?
Yes, they've come up with a rather intriguing idea. Would you like to actually witness the burning of Rome? Sail with Columbus in 1492 on his voyage of discovery to America? Meet Cleopatra? Then why not take your vacation in time as well as in place? But perhaps you've seen this leaflet before.
Of course not.
Then you'll be interested in hearing the rest. Travel in Time Incorporated can costume you, put you in the crowd at any place and time in history.
Look,
we guarantee to teach you any language you need to move freely in any year without risk of detection. This summer, why not escape from the worries of our modern world? Take your vacation in time.
Oh, that's impossible, of course.
But think what it would mean. A chance to escape all the tensions of an unpleasant life. War, insecurity, fear.
Sims,
Suppose you were a scientist working on a dangerous bomb project. Or you, Mrs. Travis, suppose you were a bacteriologist working on disease cultures. And you had a chance to escape all that, to take a vacation 200 years in the past. Would be wonderful, wouldn't it? Escape to a more peaceful world? A trip back to, 1950.
1950. But you said a vacation in the past.
So I did. But you see, 1950 is the past if you come from the year 2155.
2155?
Mm-hmm. Terrible times, most unpleasant. A war raging, an atomic bacteriological war. Terrible times. With none of the little comforts we enjoy today, like this fine Havana cigar.
Bill, I want to go upstairs. I want to lie down.
If you were living then, think of how wonderful it would be to take a vacation in time. Back to now.
Oh, you're crazy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Suppose a young couple like yourselves took a trip to 1950 and didn't want to come back. You know what would happen? The government sends a searcher back to look for them.
This is all fantastic nonsense.
The searcher finds them and brings them back. Well, do you think I'll find my two friends, Mr. Travis?
Bill, please take me upstairs. I don't feel well.
Oh, is the lady feeling a bit sick? Oh, unfortunate.
Here are the drinks, senor.
Well, shall we drink a toast to 2155? To the future.
Inside, quick.
Bill, what are you doing?
Shoving a chair into the doorknob.
He knows. He has been following us. Bill, he's a searcher.
You keep quiet, Sue. I want to think.
Bill, take us back.
That isn't over yet. Oh, I've got a headache.
I'll get you an aspirin. What will they do to us?
I don't know what they'll do to us. Something slipped. Something must have slipped.
But we were so careful.
Well, the searchers are trained to watch for detail. Things like not pulling up my trousers. That started him thinking. There's a man who isn't used to ancient clothes. Could kill myself for giving it away.
No. It was my walk. These high heels.
Careful now.
Here.
Thank you.
Bill, I won't go back. I won't go on filling tubes with typhoid and bubonic plague.
Now, take it easy, Sue.
There must be some way. We don't have to go back to 2155, do we?
The nerve of that Sim sitting there looking us up and down like animals smoking those stinking cigars.
That's how I first noticed him at Tasco. He had 4 bottles of liqueurs and a pile of chocolate.
Yes, well, he still hasn't gotten over that first greedy hunger. We've got to look out for that, Sue. It's the sure sign of somebody from the future, trying to make up for a lifetime of shortages by stuffing themselves sick. Remember our first night?
Bill, I can't stand it. We've got to get out of here.
What are you doing?
Packing. Getting the suit suitcases up.
That's no use, Sue.
What do you mean? We can get to Acapulco by morning.
Don't you think he's watching us?
We could get away.
No, we've got to sit tight. We've got to wait right here for a break. I don't know what, but something has got to break.
Darling. Darling, I'm afraid.
No. Maybe he isn't sure of us yet. Maybe we can still figure out some way to escape. Come on now. We better try to get some sleep.
No, I won't go back. Security police. The bomb. The bomb is falling. It's falling.
Sue, what's the matter? Sue. Sue, wake up, darling.
Bill,
Sue,
Bill,
wake up.
Where are we?
Shh,
Bill.
All right. Now calm down, honey. You were dreaming. Now it's all right.
Bill, where are we?
No, we're still in 1950. It's all right. You must have had a nightmare.
It was awful, Bill. Bill, there was an explosion, a terrible explosion, and my hand burned and wrinkled, and the buildings broke. Oh, Bill. Bill, we won't go back there, will we? Ever?
No. Go to sleep, honey. It's all right. We're in Mexico, 1950, and we're going to stay here.
Oh, Bill.
Sue, I've been lying awake here thinking. It may be that he's still testing us, that he's not absolutely certain. That may be why he hasn't moved.
Well, maybe he's just playing with us.
Yes, maybe. I wouldn't put that past him either. He's got all the time in the world. He can stay here as long as he likes, then bring us back to the future 60 seconds after we left it.
They can't make a scene, can they? They don't dare come out in the open.
No. That might change the future. They're afraid of that.
Oh, Bill, if we could only tell somebody, ask for help.
Now, Sue, you know we can't. That's why we had to submit to the psychological block treatment before they okayed our vacation. We couldn't tell if we tried. The block is too strong.
Oh, maybe we can break it, Bill.
And what if we did? Who'd believe a crazy story like ours? Who would believe that we come from 2155? No, Sue, that would do no good. But this is important. They have to get us alone to put us in the time machine to send us back.
Well, then that's it. We'll never be alone. Listen, it's still fiesta time. It'll be easy to stay in the crowd.
Yes, that's our only chance. We must not let him get us alone. He won't get us back to that war and that insane world.
Bill.
It could be the room clerk.
At 3 in the morning?
I'd better answer it.
No, don't. Don't, Bill, don't.
I've got to. Hello? Hello?
Mr. Travis?
What is the idea of this? It's 3 in the morning.
Yes. I just wanted to remind you, the rabbits may hide in the forest, but a fox can always find them.
What was it, Bill? Bill?
No, never mind, darling. Come on. Let's get some sleep. Why, we can.
Buenos dias, senor.
Good morning, Senor
I
Gomez.
trust you are spending pleasant days in my hotel. Fiesta time is the best.
Oh, it's been lovely.
Your special table is all ready for breakfast.
Oh, fine.
Where blazes is the hotel? Hey, you buster, where's the hotel in this godforsaken take all the work?
What is all that racket?
Great excitement, very great.
Why, what is it?
They come with 4 trucks and innumerable automobiles. A motion picture company from Hollywood.
Oh, what are they doing down here?
They make pictures of our fiesta for the backgrounds.
Oh, yes.
We have a very beautiful town. Beautiful. Yes, very beautiful. That fat man, the one with the most colorful shirt, he is the chief, the director.
Oh, yes.
The manager, where's the manager of this adobe flea bag?
Coming, senor, coming. You will excuse me. Oh, I hope the table is satisfactory. Coming, senor, coming.
Sue, this is a break. That movie company will draw crowds, and that helps
But
us.
when can we leave, Bill?
Well, not today. He'd be sure then. It'd be easy to catch us above on the road. We better stay and try to lull Sins.
Okay, kids, End of the line. Chow. Get it up, Buster. Lay out the pepper. I gotta know.
There's Sims, Bill. Across the dining room.
Well, we can't do anything now, not with these actors coming in.
Okay, follow me, kiddies. Hey, Gloria, you sit next to Papa. Hey, Max, make sure nobody monkeys with the trucks and the gear. Right, Shane?
Do we have to eat at this crummy joint, Joe?
Cheer up, sweetie. Your mere presence makes this Chasen's and the truck rolled into one.
Not this early in the morning, Joe. I couldn't stand it.
Okay.
They look happy,
you want,
don't they?
laddies, is on the dear
Look,
old
Susan.
expense account.
Maybe I could hire two of them. I could say it was a joke.
Oh, why?
We could dress them in our clothes, have them drive off in our car sometime when Sims couldn't see their faces.
Where would that get us?
Well, with him off on their trail, we might make it to Mexico City. It'd take years to find us there.
Bill, that movie man's coming over here.
Oh, excuse me. You folks are Americans, aren't you?
Yes, that's right.
Boy, am I glad to see you. Yeah, I'm so sick of hearing Spanish I could kiss you. Hey, come on over and eat with us, huh?
Oh, well, I don't think we should intrude.
Come on. Misery loves company. I'm Misery, and that's the company. We're from Hollywood.
Yes, so I understand.
Yeah, and boy, would I like to be there now. We're down here for some preliminary shots on some Technicolor clam bake, you know. Real turkey, stinkeroo.
Oh, that's too bad.
But we've got an expense account. Oh, that's a lovely thing. I'm Joe Melton. I'm the unit director.
Oh, well, I'm William Travis. This is my wife, Susan.
Hi.
Mutual. Oh, come over, kids. Join the party. Cheer us up. Only no tamales. I burned out 3 kidneys on tamales since I came over the border. Hey, am I funny?
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, come on over. Hey, Kitty. I got new blood here, brother.
Just a moment, Mr. Travis. I thought you might be breakfasting with me, alone.
Sorry.
Oh, no, I got him first, Mac. You want to join us?
No, I've already ordered. Mr. Travis, I think you'd better talk with me now.
Hey, is this guy giving you trouble?
It's all right.
Well, you say the word. I'll have Max pitch him out on his ear.
No, it's all right. We'll be right over, Mr. Melton.
Oh, Bill.
We'll talk to Mr. Sims. Mr. Melton, sort of keep an eye on us, huh? After all, you found us first.
Yeah, sure. Well, come on over soon, kids.
Sit down, Mr. Travis. I hope you slept well.
Did you?
I'm not used to spring mattresses. But there are compensations. I stayed up half the night trying new cigarettes and foods. A whole new spectrum of sensation.
Well, what are you talking about?
Still acting, huh? But it's no use. You can't stay in crowds all the time. I'll get you alone soon enough. I'm immensely patient. Let's come to the point. It took me a month to trace you down and be sure of you. Now, if you come with me quietly, I might be able to get you off with no punishment. If you agree to go back to work on the bacteria bomb.
We don't know what you're talking about.
Stop it. Use your intelligence. You know we can't let you get away with this escape. Other people in the year 2155 might get the same idea and do the same. We need people.
To fight your wars.
Bill.
It's all right, Susan. We can talk on his terms now. He's got us. We can't escape.
At last. Really, you've both been incredibly romantic. Running away from your responsibilities.
Running away from horror.
Nonsense. Only a war.
Only? With half the world dead, the other half dying?
Yes. But we can't have you escaping here while we drop off a cliff. Dying people love to know that others died with them.
Kids, bring it up. We're waiting on you.
The longer you keep me waiting, the harder it will go on you.
What do you mean?
We need you on that bomb project. Return now and no torture.
Torture?
Yes. You see, later we'll force you to work. And after you finish the bomb, we'll try a number of complicated new devices on you.
Bill.
As you say, you can't escape. We have all the time in the world. Here in 1950.
Sims, I'll make a deal with you. I'll come back now if my wife stays here alive, safe, away from that war.
No, Bill, no.
Keep quiet, sir. Well, Sims, you need me for that bomb. You can duplicate her work.
It exceeds my authority. But all right. Meet me in the plaza in 10 minutes.
I'll pick you up in the car.
Good. We'll drive out into the country to some deserted spot, and I'll have the time travel machine pick us up.
Bill, I won't let you.
Don't argue, Sue. It's settled.
Good. I'll meet you in the plaza in 10 minutes. Your wife may stay here as long as she wishes.
All right, Sims. It's a deal.
Don't try anything now, Travis.
I know when I'm licked. We just want a few minutes to say goodbye.
I'll be seeing you then.
Bill, I won't let you do it. I won't let you.
Please, Susan.
I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to get help.
You can't. The psychological block
It's
won't...
our last chance, Bill.
Hey, aren't you two going to join us? I thought
Mr. Melton, I've got something to tell you, and you've got to believe me.
Sue, it won't work.
You've got to try.
Go ahead, kids. Spill it.
You've got to understand. You see, we really... Bill. Bill, my head. I can't think. My
you
head.
need a
My
bromo,
head.
honey.
It can't work, Sue. Now, the block is too strong. Come on, we'd better get the car.
Hey, someone's crying now. Breakfast, no time for people to cry. Now, what in the world could a good-looking kid like you find to cry about?
Bill, I won't let you do it.
Now, don't make it harder,
I'll let me
Susan.
go back with you. We'll get through some way.
You think I'm going to let you go back to that war? Sue, please stop. We haven't got much time.
It was so wonderful here, Bill. Oh, Bill.
And there he is, smoking those cigars of his, waiting for us.
Oh, there must be some way that we can both stay here.
Maybe there is.
Bill, what are you going to do?
Hang on, Sue, and duck when I tell you.
No! No, Bill, you're heading right for him.
Not going to get either of us now.
Oh!
Down, Sue, down!
Bill? Bill?
It's all right, darling. It's all over now. This is the mayor, dear.
Senora, your husband has been officially cleared in this most unfortunate affair. It is obvious this Senor Sims died of an unavoidable accident.
An accident? Yes. Oh, yes, of course.
Adios, Senora.
Adios.
Will they want to see you again?
No. I'm clear. I lost control of the car. That's the way it stands. Oh, Sue, I hated to kill him. I never wanted to do anything like that in my life.
Where will we go now? Mexico City?
Well, the car's in the repair shop. It won't be ready till 4, then we'll get out of here.
Hey there, Travis. Wait up.
It's the movie man, Bill.
Oh.
He was very good to me when they had you in there.
Oh?
Hey, I heard what happened. They sprung you, huh? Great,
Yes.
great.
It was an accident.
Well, it's lucky you didn't get hurt yourselves. Everything okay now?
Yes, I think so.
That's fine, but you both look a little rocky. Say, you want to get your mind off your troubles? We're through for the day. Cloud's fouled up our shooting schedule, so we're going to put a header on it up at the hotel.
Well, I don't think we'd better.
You've got to wait till your car's fixed, don't you? Oh, come on, Nup. It'll do you good to relax. It'll get your mind off what's happened. Gloria's cracking the ice now.
Well, maybe we will join you. I've got to go check up on the car, and then...
Oh, don't miss the party, kiddies. I'll see you upstairs.
Bill, I don't think
Oh,
we...
come on, honey. We've got the break now. Sims is dead. Before they can put another searcher on our trail, we'll have time to make a clean getaway.
Bill, I'm so tired.
I know, and what you need is a little excitement. We rate a celebration, honey.
Well, I guess it would be nice to unwind.
Sure. We'll go up to Melton's room, have a couple of drinks and a few laughs. Honey, it's all over. We can relax.
Well, kiddies.
Well, we thought we'd join you, Mr.
Oh,
Melton.
great. Call me Joe. Hey, Gloria, yank another cork. We got company.
Here you are, kids.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You kids ready to drink? That was a pretty messy business, but it's all over now, huh?
Yes, it's all over.
Yes, well, it's time to unlax. Grab a glass, honey.
Well, thank you.
Hey, quiet, everybody. Quiet. How about a toast to our guests?
Oh, sure, you're back.
All right. To a very beautiful lady, lovely enough for the movies.
Why, thank you.
No, I'm not kidding. That's why I came over to you in the first place. I might even give you a test.
Oh.
No, I mean it, honey. You're pretty nice. I could make you a movie star.
And take me to Hollywood?
Well, at least it'd get us out of Mexico.
No, you're not serious.
Sure I am. Gloria, how about a refill?
Coming up.
Well, it sounds wonderful, doesn't it, Bill?
Yes. Los Angeles is a pretty crowded city, isn't it?
Crowded? Wait till you see the Sunset Bus.
No, you don't really think I could be an actress. You don't have to cheer me up anymore. I'm feeling wonderful now.
No, I'm serious. I think you'd be great. I want to do a suspense story. Sort of a war story, you know. Gloria, pour Mr. Travis another glass.
Okay, Joe. A suspense story?
Yes, dear, yes. A story about a man and a wife who live in a little house. Now, I'm just ad-libbing this, you understand?
Oh, yeah, sure. Go on.
Well, there's a war on, see? A terrible war, you see. They live in the year 2155.
Bill?
Now, here's the gimmick. They escape into the past, and they kill a man who follows them to bring them back. Gloria, honeypot, get Mr. Travis another glass. Well, sir, this couple takes refuge with a group of movie people. Safety in numbers, they figure.
Bill.
But the story goes on. This couple is terribly important for a new project. Let's call it a bacteria bomb. So the searchers figure out a way that they can get them alone in a hotel room. Shove a chair under the doorknob, Max.
Yes, sir.
You see, the searchers may work alone or in groups, so that if one of them's killed, the rest carry on. Don't you think that would make a wonderful picture, Susan? Don't you, Bill?
You're not going to get us, Melton.
Stand still. Put that gun down, Travis. Who is it?
The manager. Your guy.
Grab that gun, Max. Let go of me. He's now made things worse, Mr. Travis. The manager, he heard us. Let's get going.
Let go of me. Let go.
He'll break down our door in a minute. Max, get ready to travel. Get that. Take a good look, Mr. Travis. Take a good look at 1950. You won't be seeing it anymore. Throw the switch.
All right, Juan. Break down the door. Where are they? I was at the door. I heard them inside. They're gone. The windows. No, the iron bars are undisturbed. What happened to them, Juan? They just disappeared, all of them.
Nuestro Padre Cielo.
All right, Juan. Pray later.
Senor, I think you'd better send for the priest and holy water.
Later, Juan. Hey, that just disappeared.
Look here in the closet.
See?
Hey, bottles, hundreds of bottles. Chartreuse, cognac, absinthe, tequila, Turkish cigarettes, and boxes of pure Havana cigars. But these crazy Americanos. Why should anyone leave all this behind?
Juan, never question providence. There is enough here to last us both for a month. Juan, I think we can look forward to a most happy future.
You have just heard another adventure into the unknown world of the future. The world of Dimension X.
Now, about next week. Suppose that you were a private detective, and into your office walked a strange-looking client. Would you believe him if he told you that there was a Martian embassy hidden somewhere in New York, where spies from the Martian planet were preparing for the invasion of Earth? We'll tell you about it next week.
Tonight's adventure in Dimension X was the Ray Bradbury story To the Future, as adapted for radio by Ernest Kenoy. John Larkin was heard as Bill, and Jan Miner as Susan. Your narrator was Norman Rose. Music by Albert Berman, engineer Don Abbott. Dimension X is produced by Van Woodward and directed by Edward King. Tomorrow it's High Adventure. Now it's Truth or Consequences on NBC.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Check. Testing. Fuck it. Hey, good morning, weirdos. How you doing? Let's try that again. Let's try that again. Hey, people. Good morning. What's up, weirdos? I'm awake. What are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna fucking do, huh? Arr. So, anywho. Oh yeah, I got breakfast here. I'm eating my cereal bar. Put a little something on my stomach. Profile. Mm-hmm. Well, I look horrible, huh? Losing too much weight. Yeah. That's why I don't look at myself in the mirror, because I look like shit. Patience. 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 I must have patience. Like a doctor, I got so many fucking patience. Mm-hmm. Hey, good morning, Joey. What's up, dude? What's going down? Mm-hmm. I didn't get my living room light up, but I did get a camera. There you go. There's my other camera. Yeah, there's the new sofa with the sofa cover on it. The sofa's gray. It's just gray. You're tired, boy. I bet. You young people, you do too much. Too much, man. Ah, yeah. Oh, baby, that's good stuff right there. Oh, yeah, that's good stuff. Oh, baby. Yeah, I got everything programmed for this week, and I've got as many shows on one day as I normally have throughout the whole week. So on Thursday, I've got like 22 videos to watch. 21 plus my live show in the morning. So it's a lot of stuff. That is a lot of fucking stuff there, man. And I was, of course, saving it last night and kind of viewing it as it was saving to make sure that everything was okay, but I wasn't really paying too much attention to it until I was doing a video called "And So They Live" from 1940. And if you ever remember some of those picture books about the Dust Bowl, right, of the 1920s and 30s, when farming and agriculture kind of went way off the mark, and they hadn't introduced crop rotation, so they just over-farmed the plains, and the plains turned to dust, right? And then, so there was a lot of people trying to get out and get away from the Dust Bowl. And And So They Live, this 1940 film, educational film. It's about 15 minutes long. But it follows a family, like a hillbilly family, a rural mountain family, and where they go to school and church and their home life especially. And I was blown away. I knew that things were rough back then, but I was fucking blown away when I was sitting there watching this. Not to mention that, there's this like 8 or 9-year-old boy in it, and his father at the end of the meal, which consists of corn pone, like cornbread, but it's just like cornmeal and water, right? And very dense and heavy. And they were eating that really funky cornbread and potatoes and greens from the garden. That was it. That was their big meal, right? And I think they only had one meal a day. So they're done with this meal. The father breaks out his banjo, prized possession, right? And everybody sits around while Pa plays the banjo. And the little boy, who's about, like I said, 8 or 9 years old, he's up and he's dancing. He's dancing in the middle of the room, dance. And he gets through dancing and he sits down and listens to his pa pluck on that banjo, and his father flips him a cigarette. And the little 8 or 9-year-old boy lights up a cigarette, sits there and smokes the cigarette while listening to his father's music. And I was just, oh man. I plan to sit and watch all of these films on Thursday. And it's some heavy shit. I told my wife or my daughter last night, I said, this could really change somebody's way of thinking, watching this day of programming, right? Depending on how they think about the world, this could really throw them, right? Heavy shit. Like those guys who said, yeah, well, back before the reset, it's like, back before everything, those guys that say that, like 100 years ago there was nothing here, and this is all fake, The guys that say there was, if you look at the White House and you go below the White House, it's actually the White House is the top of a giant building that was there forever. Give me a fucking break. If you look at the Roman Colosseum, it's just the hat on the top of a giant statue of a man. Give me a fucking break. Idiots. Fucking losers. Makes me want to get high. Makes me want to get low. This last stuff that I got, indica. Finally got some indica in. And it is some great looking fucking stuff. Big old giant gnarly green. Big old giant gnarly green buds. Look at that. Right. Great stuff. So I'm going to bong hit my morning here. Video time machine. That's the only thing that I need to do for Thursday is a video time machine. Normally they're on Friday, and I've got an extra day to work on it. But, I've got today to finish it and tonight to upload it, and then that leaves me tomorrow to do any re-editing I need to do. Yeah. But I've picked out a bunch of stuff, and I'm continuing with the Native American theme into the video time machine. So it should be quite fun and educational and entertaining. Entertainment, edutainment, entertational. Right? Yeah. What the hell is he fucking talking about? I don't know. I don't pay attention to myself. My God, I would drive myself crazy if I paid attention to the shit that goes on. Right? Nope. No siree. Oh man, one of those old educational films from Disney just popped in my head. Right? Where you got Jiminy Cricket running around, or Professor Scrooge McDuck, right? Trying to teach a professor Scrooge McDuck. Oh yeah. Good stuff. And that stuff I'd love to be able to bring to you, but they can't. They won't. They won't allow it. You know, they just won't fucking allow it. Nope. So I had my friend David over, and we were sitting here, and we're kind of like the end of the day, and we were just kind of sitting here wrapping things up before he was going to take off. So I threw on a video time machine, the one from the 22nd, I think, the latest one I did. 15th of the 22nd. Anyway, it's on, and he's like, this is bizarre. This is weird. Yeah, I can't remember what it was that we were watching. Oh, it was a Mickey Mouse. We were watching Bimbo's Initiation, a cartoon of Bimbo, who is Betty Boop's sidekick. So Bimbo they're trying to initiate Bimbo into some club or sorority or cult or something, right? And he's got to go off of these scary, horrifying ordeals. At one point, he jumps down into a sewer, and Mickey Mouse runs up and throws a padlock on the sewer manhole cover and runs off. And I was saying, yeah, and every once in a while, Mickey Mouse has a cameo, and boom, there he shows up and does his little cameo and runs off. Funny stuff. Funny. So he makes his appearances in Felix the Cat cartoons and Bimbo and Betty Boop and all the other Max Fleischer stuff, because they had kind of a rivalry. Mickey Mouse rivaled with Betty Boop and Felix the Cat and a few other deals. And Walt Disney pretty much just had, Mickey Mouse, Steamboat Willie guy. Of course, Max Fleischer's animators were openly perverted, right? I mean, look at Betty Boop, right? Betty Boop is like the epitome of perversion in cartoons, on early black and white cartoons. So his animators just did all kinds of crazy, wacky, zany stuff, and would get away with a bunch of stuff because it was open. Now Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney and his animators, they were, they were under the radar. They were underworld, perverted. They kept it on the low. They would animate stuff into cartoons that you wouldn't notice. The kids wouldn't notice, but the adults would notice, right? Or stuff that was just awful perverted, like Mickey making Swiss cheese by jamming his little Woody into blocks of cheese. That's weird. That's a weird fucking cartoon. but that's like par for the course. I mean, that's like normal for those animators back then to add in weird, perverted, sexually natured stuff, right? Before the censors stepped in, pre-code Hollywood was really, really perverse. I mean, nepotism and rape and incest and pedophilia, I mean, it was normal. It's still, that's why Hollywood is the way it is today. Because it started that way. I mean, it started with a bunch of crazy, money-hungry fucking people who would just use the hell out of people. Just use them up and get rid of them. I was looking at a little story about the original husband on Bewitched. There was Dick York forever, but the first season was Dick Sargent. Not so. They looked very similar. Dick York had a very funny-looking face. And Dick Sargent was a conservatively funny-looking face. But they looked very similar. And Dick Sargent left the show because he wanted to pursue serious stuff. And but not with that face. And long story short, he died destitute and poor, cleaning toilets, right? Because that's how Hollywood looks after their own. Just like if you're a veteran, you can guarantee that your government isn't going to give two shits about you, right? Because that's just the way it is, right? Yeah, it's unfortunate. No matter where you're talking about. But it's unfortunate. It is. I'm going to do this Bong Hits, this new stuff that I got. It's indica. It's called Azul. CC Azul. And it is, where's the, what the hell? Do I get the mix? Do I get a, no, there's no sticker on here that tells me what blend it is. It is not a hybrid. It's just CC Azul. I don't know. Yeah, frackets. I'm gonna fracking. Yeah. Yeah. And that's some good stuff. That is some really good stuff. It's got a good flavor. It's, you know, it's not so much flowery or earthy as it is kind of, oh, I don't know, it's got kind of a, I better take a couple of more hits to figure it out. No, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So I was going through my book to see where I'm at with uploads, or excuse me, videos ready for upload. And I've got wow. I've only got 8. I've got less than 2 weeks of Dimension X. The only thing is, once I finish it, I'm only going to have about 3 weeks. So I've got to come up with another show to take the place of Dimension X. It's a daily show, so it's got to be something that's got a lot of episodes. Dragnet, I'm about 10 episodes of Dragnet ready for upload. The new, the Shadow, the same thing. Well, actually, I think we've got more episodes of the Shadow. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, I've got 10, so that's 2 months. There's 4, 8. I got exactly 2 months, or 8 weeks of Dragnet. Sam Spade. Now, I've got quite a lot of Sam Spade. I think I've got 15 episodes ready of Sam Spade. That's cool. That's cool. I've got, next I need to do Gildersleeve. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got 8, that's 8 weeks of Gildersleeve, so that's okay. Night Beat, is that the one? Yeah, Night Beat, Old Blind Pop. I've got several months. I've got 4 months here worth of Night Beat. I just need to turn them into actual videos. So it looks like that one's next. And then Escape. Nope. So Night Beat. Once I do Night Beat and figure out a replacement for Dimension X, that pretty much takes care of me with the regular shows. Now the side lineup, that's a different story. The first of the month, we got Philip Marlowe. I need Philip Marlowe's. And Lights Out. I've only got a couple of Lights Out here. Let me see. I can get rid of this one. Fast one. Yeah. And then we've got Escape and the Lone Ranger. I need to create a bunch of Escapes and a bunch of Lone Rangers. Suspense and Inner Sanctum. No suspenses. And I got no Inner Sanctums here. And they're weird. Their episodes are spread out. It's hard to find episodes. So, like Sam Spade, one episode from season 1, handful of episodes from season 2. Yeah, it's crazy. So we got Suspense and Inner Sanctum. And then we've got The Whistler and yours truly, Johnny Dollar. I've got a lot of Whistler episodes. I just need videos from them. Same thing with yours truly, Johnny Dollar. I've got a bunch of audio, but no videos. This is one hell of a book. Yeah. Let's see, we got the thing at the end here. That's Nero Wolf. Tales of the Texas Rangers. X-1 is used up, the Bickersons. Okay. I need a filing cabinet. I need to start filing these things as I finish using them. So Tales of the Texas Rangers is a good one. I don't know that I want to use... I want to keep that science fiction spot at 8 a.m. So I'm going to have to figure out a science fiction spot. Tales of the Texas Rangers I got because I could dump that into the Dragnet spot, but I've got so much left of Dragnet. Maybe Night Beat. It might replace Night Beat. I'm able to find a lot of Night Beat, so probably not. I don't know what to do with Tales of the Texas Rangers right now. I don't know. That needs heat. That needs heat. But this is my book. It's a pretty thick book of radio shows. I've got them tabbed. I've got my show's tabbed here, the little colors, right, so that I can tell easily where I'm at. Let's see. Oh, heat up my coffee. So Sunday I made Yankee pot roast for dinner, mashed potatoes, and then chopped up roast steak stuff, smothered in gravy and with some carrots, right? So it was delicious. I didn't have as much as I wanted to have, because I didn't want to be a pig. So there was quite a bit left over. And I thought, all right, well, we'll make some more mashed potatoes, and we can have that. Somebody can have that for lunch. So I kind of put a hold on it, but my daughter came in and said, mine. She claimed it. So, I blinked. So last night my wife made another pot of mashed potatoes. She says, well, why don't you have a little bit? There's enough for two. And I'm like, no, because if she doesn't finish it all in one plate, she's going to come back and she's going to have the rest of it later. Right. And so I'm like, but I don't know what to eat for dinner now. So my daughter got home from school, and before she scarfed that down, they had stopped off and very nicely picked me up from Panda Express a big thing of fried rice. And she got some of the broccoli and beef, and some of the chicken something, because she knows that I like a little something with it. So I had a big plate of fried rice with the broccoli and the beef. The broccoli was kind of stiff. There were a few pieces of meat that were kind of gristly, but for the most part the meat was really juicy and tender and really good. So thank you, girls, for taking care of your old guy. Yeah, that was nice. So of course my daughter had some egg roll and some rangoons, and then scarfed down a plate of that Yankee pot roast from Sunday night. And then she's like, well, there's a little left, I should put it away. And then she said, screw it, I'll just eat it before I go take a shower, or before I go lay down or whatever. So she says, I'm just going to eat it now. So she scarfed it down. I'm just like, makes me feel really good when I make food and she just loves to eat it. And I'm telling her last night, we need to make a change. We need to start making more whole food meals from scratch, right? And we need to really get into making our own foods. And she says, isn't that more expensive? And I said, no, that's a slave mind thing where they make you think that it's more expensive. What it is it's more time consuming, right? People have multiple people in the family working. Nobody's ever at home, so they have to buy these processed things that take minutes to cook. So they have to budget that in, and they need extra people working for that. If you budget in one person just doing home meals and making food and dinners and stuff from scratch, making bread and desserts and granolas and stuff, you don't have to buy that processed stuff and spend all that money on that. You just buy your good whole foods, and you find a good place to get your whole foods. Maybe you go to Whole Foods. I don't know. So that's my goal for this new year, is to, since I'm kind of broken and I spend most of my time around the house, I can do this and get up and work in the kitchen as well. So it would behoove me to make a change for the best for my family, right? And, as well as myself, you know. So I'm going to do that. I said, all right, look, we got a bread machine. I can start making our own bread, right? I said, let's get a meat slicer, and I'll start roasting turkeys and turkey breasts and chicken breasts and little roasts and stuff so we can make our own sliced meats, right? You roast it, you put it in the fridge, you let it get nice and cold and hard, and then you just run it on that fucking slicer, man. And we're talking sliced, fresh, sliced lunch meats with no fucking nitrites and sodium crap and poisons and yeah. So that's kind of my goal, is to get a nice little safe little meat slicer that's easy to clean, get a nice little multi-cooker pot, get a little pasta maker, and start doing things from scratch. You know, I want to get one of those little islands with wheels so that I can just bring it into our tiny little kitchen, set it down, lock it into place, and work right there on it, whether I'm doing a bread or a pie or a, you know, slicing meats or something. And then clean it up, put the machine back down below, and wheel it on out and stash it. And start doing that kind of stuff. If we roast a big piece of meat on Sunday, a chicken breast or a turkey breast or a big roast or some pork or something, and you know, and then slice it up, have a piece that's roasted alongside of whatever we're having for that dinner, you know, and let's nobody eat the breast, because we're going to take the two breasts and we're going to refrigerate them, and then we're going to bone them and slice them, you know, and then there's lunch meat for this week to make really good wholesome sandwiches, right? I'm starting to get hungry just thinking about it. So changes for the best. I'm trying to leave my daughter with some positivity. You know, look, you can live a good, healthy life. You know, don't do what Dad did. Do it better. You know, she's off to a great start. She's healthy. She's happy. She's smart. So if I can just keep positive input coming her way, that's going to do it. Yeah, baby. Well, what are you guys doing Thanksgiving? Any movies planned? If I can get them to come out and watch a movie, all of us sitting here together, now that we got a couch, I think it's going to be Sugarland Express, because I've been dying to see that movie, and I don't think my daughter has seen it. And if she has, it was a long time ago, so she probably don't remember it. So there. Oh my God, no way. It tastes like the smell of the trees down by the water, down by the river. Right after it rains. That's what it kind of tastes like. I thought I had left my multicolored pen in my friend's truck. Apparently it was just on the table under a bunch of crap, because I come in and throw crap down. So there you go. I believe I've got some work to do. I think we've got a couple of houses to clean. It's holiday season, so we're going to be doing houses regularly now for a while. So I think we have work on Thanksgiving. I think we've got a couple of houses But since I'm going to be doing this in the morning and then starting turkey after the show and then going to clean, I'll probably be doing one house and coming back and continue with the cooking. I'm hoping I get a lot of good, solid sleep on Wednesday night because I'm usually the one who does the big meal cooking. If we're doing tamales, my wife handles it. If we're doing like turkey, I'm usually taking full charge of most of it. I'll have her come in and do a little chopping and peeling, but for the most part, I really get my kicks making a big meal like this. And since we're going to be including the neighbor or neighbor, we always have a little bit extra. My wife's like, Thursday we're having Thanksgiving turkey. Is there going to be any left for Monday for sandwiches? I'm like, probably not. Not by then. I don't like to let it go past 3 days in the fridge. It's like you finish cooking it and you have an early supper and you might have some leftovers later on that night. The next day, it's sandwiches for lunch and maybe leftovers for dinner, right? If you're lucky. The third day, it's sandwiches and whatever meat is left gets boned and put into a pot pie, right? And then we just make sure we have carrots and corn and potatoes and stuff to put into a pot pie with gravy, and have steam the vegetables a little bit or parboil them. Make some gravy, chop up all of the meat that comes off of the turkey, make sure there's no bones in it, and just make some crust and make a frickin' pie. Turkey pot pie. That's my favorite. It used to be like a soup. Just take the whole thing, throw it in a pot, and boil it. Boil all the meat off of it, and then add vegetables and noodles, and have a great turkey soup. So we'll bounce around back and forth with different ideas, and I like the pot pie. I love the turkey pot pie idea. Good stuff. Good stuff. Great for leftovers on Sunday. You know, grab a piece of pie, chuck it in the microwave or the toaster oven, let it heat up. So, with a big turkey pot pie, it's literally half for us, and chop up a couple of pieces and send them to the neighbors as well. It is the time for sharing. So, which it always should be. So, my wife just, I was looking over at our kitchen looks right to the neighbors, the old man next door. Old man, he's like my age. And the old guy next door, I'm the old guy next door, and he's the old guy next door. So I see him over there gathering stuff up, walking around with a trash bag in his house, gathering stuff up. Which is really good because he just spent thousands of dollars to have the hoarder crew come over and clean the place. And while it still, isn't perfect, he's doing a great job of maintaining, and it's hard for us old guys, especially physically fucked over, right? And he's got a bad hip, he's got a bad back, and all of these bad things, which, as it turns out, stems from his sleep, because he had a horrible mattress with a big divot in it. So no matter how he slept, his hips were not correct. They weren't straight. He could never lay down in bed and have his hips be straight, right? Spine is always fucked up. I saw him after we just last week took a new bed and box springs, mattress and box springs over there, and yanked out that old thing. A week or so has gone by, and he brought his trash bags out like he's supposed to, and threw them on outside of his porch like he's supposed to, so one of his neighbors can come by and see them and take them. I looked at him and I thought, wow, he's moving really good, right? He was moving really horrible. you know. And now he's moving really good. I'm thinking, wow, it's that fucking bed. He's not sleeping in a hole anymore, you know. Fucking A. So that, you know, that right there, that makes me feel really, really good. But it makes me feel more than that. It makes me feel really, really human. To care about my tribe, you know, my clan, my village. And we try. There are people that don't get it, where they see you coming to help, and they just start putting their hands in your pockets, right? And then there are the people that you help, and they're like, they tear up, you know, because they don't understand how they're worthy of help. But the people that just don't get it, you know, it just amazes me that there are people like that who are so wrapped up in other bullshit that they forget that part of themselves that's human. Or maybe it was just never cultivated, you know. It's fucked up. So wrapped up in social bullshit, all of this shit that's programmed into us, that they forget their human side, the you know, the reason for being, everything. It's just, you poor dumb bastards. Poor dumb bastards. Yeah. Blinky, stop it, Blinky. Stop blinking. So, Natalie got with you about a set list and music and that kind of stuff there, Joey? I know you're probably passed out. But yeah, she said she sent you a text. I tried to clean up in here yesterday. This room was just filled with all kinds of crap. They still got a few things lying around. Of course, my camera gets popped up and set over there when I'm doing my show. But I didn't do my light. I didn't do my light yesterday. I got to about 1 in the afternoon and had something to eat and was just exhausted. I was yawning and trying to just stay awake. And it was like, you know what? I'm going to go lay down. I had put on a movie to sit and watch with my wife, and I just couldn't take it. I just had to go to bed. It was fucking horrible. It was horrible. I thought about last night just laying on the couch and getting a couple of hours snooze. But that would have meant pillows and a blanket and doing all that crap and trying to cover it up so that I could lay on it without feeling like I was right up against dog schmutz. Right? So, which comes right to my idea of having a reversible couch cover where you've got to pull the back side over and it flips over and becomes another top, right? And it still has a back. There's just this layer that's foldable that can go either way, you know. And you flip it over and it, boom, it covers the whole thing, and you flip it back and safe. Yeah. And then you could, you know, well, I'm going to lay on the couch and sleep, or somebody comes over to sleep on it. And it's like, okay, all the dogs are away, everybody's asleep for the night. Let's make your bed and flip it over and put a blanket and a sheet on it. And that'd be neat. You know? Otherwise, that thing gets pulled off. Yeah. It's covered up or pulled off. Ah, yeah, baby. Oh. I've been trying not to worry too much about the shirts. As much as I just want to pay these things off, I can't pester people who I've sent shirts to about donations. I sent donation packets letting them know how to do it. But I can't, you know, I just can't say, hey, do it, man. Just get some donations. They're either going to do it or they're not. They're either going to want to help or they're not going to want to help. They're going to make a conscious choice to look at the packet and go, fuck it, I ain't doing that, right? And I'm going to figure that out. The 8 packets that I sent out for donations, how many people are just going to, you know, put a piece of tape over my name and use that envelope for themselves and throw that donation packet in the trash? I don't know. I'm hoping that nobody does that. I'm hoping that at least half of the people try to collect donations. Because I can't, there's too much on my plate already to be responsible for everything, you know, and I can create the means by which to collect a budget worthy of a great party, but I can't go out and do the actual fundraising per person. That would take up all my time. I would have no time to do this or plan the party. I would be constantly sending people messages to try to raise enough money to pull this off. You know, I think the best thing that I could do is, once I come back with my new teeth, is to do a live telethon fundraiser and stay on live for hours and days, perhaps weeks, trying to raise money. I've been on here for 147 hours live, and I lost my voice 30 hours ago. You know, whatever it's going to fucking take. Get people to stop by, get people to video chat, make it a big ordeal, try to come up with a budget, you know, a budget. I keep having these dreams about old friends and family and party and the budget. I keep having dreams about the budget, you know. Something's got to give. So I'm going to give it until after the holidays. That's like over a month away. But I don't want to force people to feel bad about this. I want to give people the opportunity to come forward and help out the best they can. And I think somewhere in late January, early February, I should have some teeth in my head, and I should be able to then start doing some kind of weekly or bi-weekly, hey, let's go get them, kind of, let's rally the troops thing, you know. But I just haven't got the time, the inclination, or the chutzpah at this point to do something like that. Yeah. I need, what I really need is for the handful of people that I've been in contact with to come back to me and say, hey, I did some fundraising, and look, you know, and then I can say, okay, let's transfer that money to the shirt people. Let's get these shirts finished, and then get some money together to do some more shirts. Right? I don't want to screw over the shirt people, first of all. They've been such a great help. I want to make sure that they get what's coming to them. Right? That's first and foremost. Regardless of how this turns out. If it's a flop and nobody really wants to help raise money or help with the shirts or do any of that, then I'll see that, okay, my budget needs to come way down, and I need to just focus on a party for a couple of dozen people. And if I do more shirts, they're just going to be small runs of, let me make a bunch of screens and go in and say, okay, I've got some orders for shirts, make me a few shirts. Right? I'm actually going to experiment with dye and stencils and making my own poor man's screen printing stuff and see what I can come up with. see what kind of shirts I can come up with. Right? I may do some poor man's photo transfers, some block printing on shirts. There's lots of different techniques that I learned in art school and classes and stuff. So I'm going to play around there at some point if I got the time. If the budget says, man, we ain't going to be able to make some fucking shirts. Nobody wants shirts. When you get a handful of people, or 100 people saying, yeah, fucking shirts, man, and then you only get a handful of people who actually want the shirts. That's kind of a bummer, and it's kind of a letdown, and it's depressing. It's really depressing. And I understand tough times and all that. I really do. So that's why I don't want to be pushy. I would really appreciate it if people would, help out as much as they say they want to be there. If you want to be there, then help out. Period. Tit for tat. Let me go warm up this coffee. Coffee. Yeah, I'm trying to make it so there's different reasons for why you want to donate. First and foremost, the reason to donate is because you want shirts and because you think the shirts are cool. And I thought, okay, well, at least that is that, at least with the shirts, you're getting something for your donation. Figure $60 for the shirts and shipping and handling. That's pretty good. That's $30 a shirt that you'd spend at Hot Topic or online, or getting a cool graphic shirt made for yourself. So price-wise, donation versus what you get in return, I think it's a good deal. And another reason to donate is because you want to come to this thing and you want it to be really kick-ass, so you want to throw as much money into this as you can. As you can. Is that a dog? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a dog's foot. Be right back. How are you, big dog? You want to go in there and lay down? You want to go lay down? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do, baby? Huh? Yep, hit the sofa. Go ahead. Go lay down. Go ahead. You can get on the sofa. Go on, lay down. Good girl. Good girl, yeah. Come on, Bessie. You want to come over here? You want to come over here? You want to come in the corner? You don't know? She's like, I'm so confused. Want to get in? Want to get in there? Yeah, you can get in there. Go ahead. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? How are you, big face? How are you? Biggin. That's the big face. That's the big face with them big Cleopatra eyes. Yeah. Yeah, she's a good dog. She's a big dog. There you go. There you go, big dog. You want to lay down? Got a little bed in the corner there. She's like, it's kind of tight. I usually make things tight because she likes tight. She likes to sit in small chairs, small places. There you go. Go ahead, you can go around. You'll be more comfortable on the couch. She's a biggin. She's a biggin. What is that? Was that something flying around? Boy, things look. You can really see different things on the camera when you're looking through the eye of the lens. What the hell? Yeah, totally. Boing. No, I'm not into that whole southern thing. That behind me, those flags are the Ken Burns Civil War documentary series from PBS. I believe that was it. I'm not like a history buff, right? But I do enjoy looking back at certain time periods. And the whole idea of Civil War, the whole idea of slavery, the whole idea of marginalizing an entire race of people and making them savages just because they're different. I mean, these aspects of humanity and being an American, right? They just fascinate me. They bewilder me, confuse me. So I do watch things like Civil War documentaries, Civil War miniseries, like The Blue and the Gray, The North and the South, or like Roots. That's another great miniseries. And if you let yourself, you can put yourself in their place, try to become those characters in a way. Because that's as close as we're going to get, and that's as close as we want to get to being a lot of those characters from back then. And you can't learn anything and change the future unless you're willing to go back and look at the past objectively, right? And it's those woke people and those cancel people who want to look back at the past and say, no, if you look back at the past, and the bad stuff is just going to be more bad stuff in the present. It's like, give me a fucking break. No. You're doomed to repeat the bad stuff if you just erase it every time it happens. Nobody's going to know that, hey, that stuff is bad. It's going to crop up again, and you're not even going to see it coming because you have no concept of history, right? Reset. I'll fucking reset you. So, what the hell? You have to have history, and you have to keep history alive in order to keep from repeating stupid shit, period. Why do you think I'm so against modern slavery and social injustice and, civil outrage because we are doomed to repeat ourselves if we don't see what's happening now and recognize that we're starting something that's already happened before. You know, I was watching an episode of that show Numbers with Rob Morrow, and they were calculating, there was this company who was, one of the guys was calculating risk assessment in communities to decide if that community was worthy enough of having money spent on its educational infrastructure, right? And basically running the numbers to see if they were worth it. And once they decided that they weren't, then what, right? So of course somebody got killed so that that could never happen in the show, in the episode. But doesn't that already happen? I mean, don't we do that with representatives and people per capita and population density and that versus the good people that are coming out of those areas, the people that are worth investing in? I don't know. It just seems like that's what it's all about. They pretty much want to and need to put a price tag on everything. Everything needs to be about money. And money should be a tool. Money should not be the end-all goal. It should be a tool used to help and to create a better world, not to separate people from each other, not to create an upper echelon of society, which if you have this up here, that inevitably creates a down here. And things need to balance out. It needs to work so that we are all more equal. All right, regardless of how much money we have, we are still more equal. Because at this point, we're not equal. It's the haves and the have-nots. It's the people who got a lot and the people who ain't got shit. And that creates crime. You know, it creates a whole mess of social issues. I'm just spitballing here, but seems pretty fucked up to me. Pretty fucked up. This stuff's really good. That other shit was really sleepy. I had that twice. I had 2 sacks of that. And that stuff was just really sleepy. I'm hoping this is going to be different. It's really good for the pain, and it doesn't make me all duh. See, that's what I like about indica, is it's more of a body high. You get a little bit of head to it. Just enough to deal with my depression, anxiety, stress, that stuff. But mostly it deals with the pain. And that's nice. Because if I can detach myself from the pain enough and leave it over there, then I can do stuff over here. I've really got a lot to do. I was hoping by the end of this month, I could get December and January published. And what I need to do today is I need to get a verification on YouTube and finish my phone setup that I've never done, and try to get my YouTube moved over to my new phone, because they want me to authenticate, which means I got to create a video and do it on my phone and that kind of shit. So I need to get my phone straightened out, make sure it has the YouTube app, and make sure that everything is up and up. My phone was supposed to do an update last night, so yeah, it did. Hello. Hello, phone. Yeah, I get it. Okay, software update complete. I don't want to do... No, I don't want to do a passcode. I don't have a... You bastards. Don't use a passcode. Yeah. I know. But my phone is for an emergency. Don't share my information. Don't do that kind of bullshit. No. It's supposed to be a phone. The only reason I'm going to put YouTube on it is so that I can do, you know, YouTube stuff. But I don't, my phone is just for a fucking phone, you know. Quite often I forget to take it with me because I'm just not a phone guy. I'd rather sit someplace waiting and reading a book than waiting and sitting on my phone like all the other fucking zombies out there. You know, remember when you used to go into a doctor's office and you'd be sitting in there in the doctor's office and people would be sitting around reading? Well, I'm reading. I'm on my phone reading. Bullshit. You're watching, I can hear it. You're watching stupid fucking videos and you're fucking swiping through crap. And you're filling your brain with all that fucking bullshit, you know. Remember when people used to sit in the lobby and read information and put information in their head and then have information in their head that they could use to cogitate thoughts and ideas, to have conversations with people and talk about stuff? And now people just go, oh, check this out. You know? What a fucked up fucking world this is. You know, so I go into a doctor's office with no phone on me and I pull out a book, look at my watch and I pull out a fucking book, you know, and actually sit there and read. And look around at all of the fucking zombies on their fucking phones. And I have to overhear all of the book because they can't turn their fucking volume down, right? Put the shit in your fucking ears. Or turn the fucking volume down so the rest of the fucking lobby doesn't have to hear your stupid fucking videos playing. Morons. Fucking, what a moron fucking planet this has turned into. The fact that everybody's got to carry these fucking things around with them wherever they go. You know? Yeah. Software updated. I get it. I don't want it. Go away. Just go the fuck away, yeah? It's just not my bag, you know. I told my wife the other day, I said, look, we were driving by a Tesla charging place, and I said, look, honey, they took the phones, they took the cords off the phones, and they stuck them on the cars. Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the fucking truth? You know, they tried to save the world with electric cars, and all they did was double down and make it 100 times worse. What are you talking about? Well, how do you think they charge those things? Diesel-powered fucking generators, right? Oil-powered fucking electrical plants, right? Sure, you get some places and they're solar-powered electrical charging stations, but not everywhere. You know, not to mention that, the fucking lithium, the crap that they got to pull out of the ground and process it, and all of the disgusting fucking toxins they create into this battery that once it's done, they just got to put that shit back into the fucking planet as poison. God. The carbon footprint for an electric car is huge compared to the one for a fossil fuel burning. Why can't we have hit the middle of the fucking road? You know, why can't we have hit the something? No. Oh. Wasn't there like a hydrogen engine? You know, 20 years ago they were talking about a hydrogen engine that you had to fill it up once in a while, and the only thing that came out of the tailpipe was water. Right? Just little droplets of water. And that was it. Where did that go? Where did that technology go? Hydrogen fueling stations, right? I don't know. I guess it's, it's who lobbies who to get what to fly, and the people with the most money get that shit to fly, When you've got these horrible footprint electrical vehicles, but you got money behind it, like Elon Musk, right? Well, of course it's going to happen, You got these guys throwing billions of dollars at fucking Washington. Of course they're going to let it fucking happen. Fucking greed, money, power. That's what fucking sells. That's what fucking runs the world. And we just buy up all the garbage that they sell to us. And then the next year we're throwing it in the landfill and going to Black Friday and buying a whole bunch more garbage. The TVs that we spend hundreds of dollars on, and then they wind up in a garage sale for $20, $5. Yeah, just take it. Right? I'm tired of looking at it. I've already got, that's 3 TVs ago, right? And then it's like, you wonder, how do they get away with selling us such garbage? I wonder. The whole app TV thing just burns me up. That's just fucking, that the TV is just such a fucking cumbersome thing to deal with now. You get this remote with no numbers, and you gotta turn the TV on, and then you gotta load your app, or you gotta load the main menu, then you gotta load your app, right? And then you gotta find your program. If it's live, you still gotta scroll your fucking program, because you can't punch in a fucking number, right? And then once you get there, your app gets all glitchy and freezes up, and then your app shuts down and has to reboot, and then your TV reboots, and your app reboots a couple of times, and then it loads up again. You missed, the whole opening of the fucking game. It's just fucking bullshit. I'm not a sports guy, but can you imagine? All your friends are over to watch TV, and your app fucking based television just decides to be a fucking prick. That's just wrong. And we just go along with it. Why? Because there's no more David Horowitz and Fight Back. Nobody has any more Fight Back in them. It's like, I'll just take it. I'll just bend over. Don't even grease me. Just screw me over. I'm used to it. Or they just return it and get more crap. Yeah, this piece of crap don't work. Give me another piece of crap. Give me one that's less of a piece of crap. And then they make all the really, really good stuff for the ultra Gucci people who are so cool and wealthy and stuff. So they're creating a whole just total chasm between upper and lower class, upper and middle class, upper class and all the other classes, right? The middle class wants so much to be the upper class that they do a whole lot of pretending. It's like, hey, check me out, man. I'm the coolest. I'm I'm Joe Slick. Here's my wad of cash, that he printed, off of his fucking printer. Or you buy those bundles of fake money and you just stick a couple of bills on top, and that's it. Check me out. I'm Joe Cool. Taking pictures of up against other people's, Lamborghinis and shit, so they look, give me a fucking break. Everybody's doing duck lips in their fucking photos because everybody wants to have that glamorous look. Wait, don't take the picture yet. Every picture you see of them, they pose the exact same way, Oh, come on, people.
have an emotion, have a little candid photo shot. I mean, when I take pictures, I don't give my daughter time to go duck lip mode. I don't give her a chance to, to fix her hair. And no, I just, I say something really stupid, get her to laugh, and snap that fucking picture. That's a picture. Not this selfie style fucking bullshit that we're into now. No. I hate that shit. You go through the family album now that's digital, and you go look at your family, and every face is the same because they have to make a certain face, right? It's like, no, I don't want that. Those get filed away. The random, everyday candid shots, those are the ones that get printed. Those are the ones that mean something. Did I mention that I've been here over an hour? Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to heat this up because I enjoy it more. And then we'll get back to Bong Hits. It's totally Television Tuesday. Let's talk TV. Anybody watch any good TV shows lately? Yeah, my daughter says she's pretty sure she doesn't have any school the rest of the week. She said the Wednesday class was canceled, and I think she said tonight she might have an online class, but then that's it. She's pretty sure her online class for Thursday is not going to happen because it's Thanksgiving. So that's cool. And I've been trying to talk her into creating a better schedule for herself doing homework. I said don't use the games, the video gaming or whatever you're doing in your room to relax. Don't use that so much as an escape, but use it as a reward, right? So I said, figure out how to do blocks, figure out what the longest you can go without taking a break, and then back that off like an hour, do an hour. Do an hour really, really focus and hard work with no phone, no interruption, and then give yourself 15 minutes of relaxation and break. And I said, whatever, light a candle, eat some chocolate, text your friends, dim a light. I said, go from this to this, and when you get back to this, it's going to be a completely different experience because you've created a separation, a break. That's why when I was working heavily, whatever I was doing, construction or plastics or whatever slave job I was doing, sometimes for really, really nice people, but not always. I told her I'd work my first part of the day, 4 hours, and just give it all I got, and then I would go do my lunch, and I would take anywhere from a 30 to 60 minute lunch. But what I would do is I'd go to my car, I'd have my lunch with me, so I didn't have to go anywhere like everybody else is taking time to go out and do stuff, and they come back and they just can and back to work. So I go into my car, I put on an old radio show, I put stuff over the window to block out the light, put my seat back, eat some lunch, relax, get high, listen to the rest of the show, and then go to work. And what I've done is I've completely put a break right down the middle of my day. So when I go back to work, it feels like a complete new experience, a new day, right? And I said, aside from the marijuana, I said, you need to figure out a way to do that, a way to, work for a couple hours and then give yourself an hour. Work for an hour and then do 15 minutes, and then get used to doing that, and then work for 2 hours and give yourself a half an hour. Get to where you can work for 4 hours and then take an hour off. You know, and if you can do that every day and just pump as much as you can into that time that you're working, you know, kill that phone and just focus, you know, it'll pay off. Create a routine that you know becomes natural. So I was with my friend David, and we're driving around, and he says, "So yeah, man, I've always wanted to go sit somewhere and have my own booth giving free advice." And I thought, "You son of a bitch." I said, "Years ago, I thought that would be really neat to set up a booth, and I wanted to set up a booth when my friend was here, when he was my friend. I said I wanted to go sit down there, set up a booth, a little table with some nice things on it, some cookies or whatever, and the banner would be free advice from old guys. And it would just be 2 or 3 of us old guys sitting there, and you would, you know, maybe we would each have we would each wear a different hat. Like, you want real advice, you want funny advice, you want cynical advice, you want sarcastic advice. What kind of advice do you want, you know? And then it's like, all right, I'm sarcastic guy, you know. Ooh, I got a good one as funny guy, you know. And then just let these things kind of dictate, you know. At some point, they would really actually get good positive advice, but we would try to make it as humorous as possible. I think that would be really fun, you know, and have different ages of guys there, you know. My friend is in his mid-40s, David. We've got a friend that's about my age. We've got a couple of friends that are older, you know, and I think it would be neat if we just had a canopy set up with 3 sides around it, had a really nice little rug in there, some chairs, some ambiance, and a few guitars, musical instruments or something, where we could kind of sit in there and, ooh, like here's a song that's going to help you, you know, whatever. But be able to sit around and commune with people, you know, and help each other. I think that would be fucking a blast. But do it in a way that's entertaining and fun. Right? Right. Sun's starting to come up. It's cloudy again, cloudy again. I'm trying to come up with the gumption to do this light. I try not to rush. I try not to rush things. I try to let things happen, let things flow. When my brain and my body say, yeah, this is the time, then I attack something. But usually I'll just kind of, it's like, okay, here's the plan, here's what's going on, and let's build up some steam, and it's like, all right, now I'm ready to do it. And then it usually will come out really, really good, whatever it is. Like the latest project was that gate, you know. So, and moving this area around, this has been neat. I still need to get another camera over there on that wall there that looks directly at this room. So I'm looking at this room like looking at this room. Nice far away long shot where you see the whole room. That is going to be a good shot. So right up, where are we here? If we go right, put the camera right up in here, I think that'd be a good spot for it, just right here on this shelf or up on the wall, up towards the ceiling there. That'd be a good spot for a camera looking in this room, so you see the whole room. And once I get it organized with bookshelves and things on the wall, it's going to be really nice in here. It won't last, I give it a few months, and then I'll rip it apart and start doing some other kind of project, right? If I had the room here on our little tiny piece of property in the mobile home park, I'd add another shed and move a whole bunch of storage into that shed, and then set up an office like this out in our laundry room. So it would be laundry on one side with cameras, and then an office like this set up in the other corner with the cameras looking down at me. Right? That would be cool. But I don't have a big house. I don't have a garage. If I had a garage, that would be problem solved. I would just do this all out in the garage. But I don't have that. Okay. Well. So what is the plan today? I've got to get done here, and I've got to, wow, I've got to start saving a different set of shows over here. I think it was Gildersleeve is next. Yeah. Old Blind Pop, I think is the next one. So I need to get Gildersleeve saving here and get a couple of months of Gildersleeve saved. I need to start compiling stuff into a file or into an editing bay for the video time machine, and I've got a shitload of stuff. So usually I'll upload all of my, it gives me a queue where I keep all of my stuff that I'm going to use, and then as I use it, it gives me a little check so I can see that I've used it. I can organize it all, block it into blocks where stuff that I've used and stuff that I haven't used. So I'll usually load up into the queue first all of my the intro, the out, and the breaks, and all of the video time machine paraphernalia. And then I'll start loading up the first, usually it's like here's the first thing that I want, and I'll load that in, and then I'll edit that together, and then I'll load in the next thing, and I'll put that in, and I'll edit that and add the text or whatever I need to do, special effects. And then I'll just build an episode that way. And then it's not complicated. I don't get overwhelmed with a whole queue filled with shit. I can keep resetting it to only show me what's available. And then just start building an episode. You know, compile the data, edit, compile data, edit, boom, bang, bing. And I'm really pumped up about this episode. Hopefully I get a pass on everything, because I just want it to be big. And what I'm going to try to do is make it more than 2 hours, so that if I get a hit, I can knock it down to no less than 2 hours. I want to have one solid day of programming. You know, it's one of those things that I wanted to do. It's like I can't do every day like that, right? To have every day, every half hour, something going on my channel from morning till, you know, shut off time. So I thought, okay, well, for one day, I can do it. For one day. For Thanksgiving, I'll do a whole day's worth of programming. If I was going to program, how would I do it? Well, I would just keep doing a bunch of stuff like I'm doing, right? I was able to, because it's a Gildersleeve on Thursday, the great Gildersleeve. I found another Thanksgiving episode and put that one So I get your regular episode, and then we're doing a Thanksgiving episode. And it's just one that happens in a couple of weeks. In a couple of months, we're going to get to that episode, and we'll just skip over it. I'll probably save Christmas episodes for Christmas now. I found a really great 4-minute, 5-minute speech from Winston Churchill in 1944 addressing American Thanksgiving Day. And that's kind of neat. We'll have Thanksgiving. We'll eat turkey on the land. We'll eat turkey in the air. We'll eat turkey in the sea. Yeah. There you go. The Native American stuff that I've gathered for Thanksgiving Day programming is it's unprecedented, really, for one day's programming on my channel for sure, but I would think that on the entire YouTube it is probably unprecedented that so many things air on Thanksgiving Day that is about Native American life and culture, right? There's the trash man. So it's programmed. It's all in there. The only thing I haven't done for Thanksgiving Day yet is the video time machine. And even that is going to be so Native American heavy. And what's really neat about it is that we're looking at the Native American people and culture through the eye of the past. How did we see them back in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and the 70s? How has the view of the Native American people changed from decade to decade to decade, right? And you totally see that in the entire day. You see so many different eras of the last 100 years. Well, a 50-year, 60-year look at Native American life. I think the earliest one is 1910 or 1912, something like that. And then the latest one would be something from the late 1970s, right? Whether it be a movie, a film, or a commercial or documentary or something, you're going to see a huge change in our view of the Native American people. Our meaning today's society, modern America. So hard for Native American people to hold on to their culture when it was a part of their religion as well, and they didn't the powers that be back then did not want them to have their religion, because their religion, they were afraid of their religion. They were really afraid that their religion could cause a war. And it was trash man. It was really the fear of the early American settlers and the first couple of 100 years. It was fear and a misunderstanding, propaganda, which led to, downright hatred from both sides, you know. I try to look at everything objectively, you know. Like I'm not a white guy. I'm not a Mexican guy or an Indian guy. I'm just a guy, you know. And I'm trying to look at everything objectively to try to figure out why, you know. And there's no figuring out why. There's just not. Because people were dumb and easily manipulated. Well, it ain't much just changed, huh? Nope, no siree. Pretty much the same shit going on. People are easily manipulated. You know, most people are, the average human on the planet, dumb as a bag of stupid, right? Just downright dumb. Backwards, fucking thinking, ain't got a fucking clue. You know? And if you think about it, isn't that what a slave is supposed to be? You know? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll get right on it, sir. Too afraid of losing that income that you earn a living with to be yourself and to stand up and say, nah, that's not right. I'm not going to do that. You do it. Hire me to do it so you can get rich off of me. Fuck that. Yep. I think it's going to be the next, it'll probably be depending on our workload because, like I said, holidays we get pretty busy having to clean houses. And of course, a lot of times it's like, why do people check out on a holiday and check in on a holiday? It's like you should be checking in the day before the holiday and checking out the day after the holiday, right? I don't understand why people are checking out on Christmas or checking in on Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever. It's like, why bother? You know, if you're just going to eat pizza, why bother getting an Airbnb with a full kitchen? I don't get it. I don't understand, man. I just don't get it. So yeah, once I get the video time machine done, I can start working on downloading from my phone onto the computer the elements that we got the other day, David and I, for one of his music videos. So and then I'll take that and I'll file it, and then I will alter it and create little snippets that I can drop into the video. And pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create funny little video snippets, and we're just going to drop them together and edit them to tell a story along with the song. And that's it. No musical instruments, no singing, no lining up audio and video, none of that. None of that complicated shit for this first one. Let's just do a nice, funny, neat, entertaining video. Something, lighthearted. So the plan is to just create a bunch of little video and snippets and photographs and stuff that we can just edit, string together in a nice, cute little story. That's it. And just with the few things that we've gathered already, I'm probably going to be able to get, a quarter, maybe a little less of the video content out of this. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that we still need to shoot. But it shouldn't take but another day's worth of shooting. If we can get another day to come over, and we'll plan shots for around town. It's like, all right, here we got an hour. Let's plan exactly how we're going to go around town and do our shots. And we're going to end up over here, and then we'll do our long shot. We'll park here, and then you'll walk up the road, and then we'll get you walking up the road. We'll get you walking down the road. I think that's going to be one of the last things that we shoot. We're not shooting this in order. We're just shooting shots, because the editing is where we're going to tell the story. Kind of woody. Musky. That's it, musky. Musky toes? Yeah, musky. Barky. Huh? Just me. Those big eyes opened. Yeah. So I'm going to be making printouts for the notebook so that I can put a notebook together for his music video stuff and try to keep track of, like, okay, here's our shot list. Here's the song, the time of the song. Here's a synopsis of the story for the video. Here are the elements that we need for the video. I'm talking physical, actual props and stuff. Specialty shots. Are we going to be able to do a green screen? Are we going to be able to do a dark background with a light, and all these different things? And everything that we're doing has been done before, of course, because there's like a bajillion music videos out there, not to mention movies. So what I'm just doing is just trying to take and create ideas from everything that I know and everything that I've seen in music and television and video and stuff, and just try to use what I know to create this stuff, and we'll get into a spot and we'll be like, ooh, I know something that's going to work great right here, and we'll set up and do that. So yeah, I can't wait to get this footage loaded up into my computer and start manipulating it into little bites that we can use, right? Come up with a great effect to put on the video to give it a good feel, right? To give it some emotion, to give the screen character, so that it becomes a part, it becomes an actual character of the video. I don't know how. I'm trying to come up with a way of kind of blending a bunch of different stuff together, so I'll be going into deep thought on occasion about that kind of stuff. because I did some shots. Well, I don't want to go into it. I mean, not like anybody's going to care, but I did some shots that that had the camera stationary, and I had him going through the camera in multiple different directions, up and down different alleys in this part of the swap meet. So I'm hoping that I can do some overlaying stuff so that I can get him on the screen in more than one place at the same time, right? And so it's just a matter of shoehorning that information into my brain so that I can figure it out on the editing program, you know. So using my limited editing skills and post-production skills, I'm going to try to pull off some interesting, difficult shots. And I can see it in my head. I can see all of the choreography of what's going on. And if I can bring it together so I get these different elements to kind of crisscross through, that'd be fucking awesome. That'd be fucking awesome. That means a lot of split screen, overlaying, trying to get things to work on the same screen at the same time. I think I can pull that off. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, we got some great stuff right there, right in the middle of the swap meet. That's just going to work. Really cool. Some of the stuff we may not even use, you know. But there's other stuff that we shot that it's like there's no way we can't use it. We have to. This is too good not to use. And I think we've got a few shots like that. And if I can edit it correctly with the correct effects, then I think it's going to... And this will be like literally 20, 30 seconds of information on the screen. Is that a dog? Let me check again. That's the thing about living in an old house. It gets so creaky and the wind starts blowing and the house creaks a little bit. So yeah, I'll probably try to spend some time this week just focused on taking what we did the other day and turning them into usable elements. Then filing that away. And then eventually we'll come up with the hard... We haven't come up with the hard story yet. It's like we've got a loose idea right now of what we want it to look like. So we really need to sit together and come up with a beginning, middle, and end. And we need to come up with a really good ending. We need to come up with a way to start this so that we can bring the music and the video together. And I think I've got it. I think it's going to be him, a shot of him closing the passenger door, getting in the driver's side and turning on the radio. That's going to start the music. And then there'll be a little bit of driving that will pop up on occasion in different places behind the wheel stuff. And it'll be either be video of him or video of the muse. And then it'll be dropped, all of the other video elements that we shoot will just be kind of dropped in an order that kind of tells a story. I've got more shot ideas for this, so I'm hoping we can pull some of this stuff off in one day and get the bulk of the video shot. Yeah, because it's going to take take at least another day or two, day and a half. It's going to take another day or two to get enough video together. Now he's got the prop and the means by which to record more, and he's got the shot list, so he can create more shots. And I just give him a few instructions on how to keep the prop in the camera on certain times so that we can use it properly later on. But other than that, I'm like, get creative, you know, with whatever you're doing. Just get real creative and come up with all kinds of shots, and we'll just file them away. This is going to work for this video. This may not work for this video. Let's tuck it aside for this video, you know. Just lots of photos and videos. That's all it's going to take. You get enough of that together and you can use all of it to tell a story or to build up an emotion, right? I can't wait. My health sucks, but I can't wait to go further on this fucking video. I can't wait to actually finish a video for my friend. I'm just, right now it popped into my head, how am I going to do the end credits? Well, I'm going to do the old VH1 thing, and right up in the beginning, right over on this side of the screen, it's going to pop up down at the bottom. It's going to have his little caption down here that's going to say his song, and then it's going to have his name and the record label and the year and all of that stuff. It'll have all the information right there, right? And it'll pop up at the beginning and hang there on the screen for 10 seconds, fade away. It'll pop up at the end again and fade away. And then we'll do a quick page of credits. And I think we'll just flash it up there for 5 seconds at the end and be done with it, rather than do a whole scrolling thing that I'm used to doing, a big presentation. We'll just flash a card up at the end that's got my information, his information, whatever other thanks and we want, you know, whatever else we need to do there. Boom. And then just do a black card with white letters, and that's it. Don't put a whole lot of hoopla and fanfare into that, because people see that, people can pause it and look at it. It's also is going to be in the description of the video. We'll have all that information that's on that. So it's more about the music and the music video. So I'm just going to have that little caption pop up in the beginning and then pop up at the end. Keeping it real. And it'll premiere on my channel and his channel simultaneously on the same day at the same time. And that'll be cool. That'll be really cool. Yeah. So we're working on this first video which we want to do 1 or 2 videos before we get to the video, right? We want to build up to that. So I think what we'll do is we'll do this first one, and then we'll say, look for Shadows, which is the song that we're going to do the really good. We'll look for this one coming soon. And we'll just build up the suspense, you know. On this video, we'll have a little teaser. Look for Shadows. Look into the shadows or something, you know. Shadows coming soon. And then at the end of the next video, we'll do a little teaser, and we'll show a little bit of that magic on the, you know, just a quick little video magic there having to do with the video, music video. And then the third video that we do will have a little teaser trailer that's, you know, has a little bit of the music video itself, you know. And so I'll edit together 10 seconds of music with 10 seconds of flash video stuff popping in. Maybe I'll do one that has nothing to do with the, well, then again, maybe it's that concept that I have with the light swinging that's going to do it. That's going to be the teaser. That's going to be the trailer. Yeah, I love these times to sit here and spitball ideas and try to work shit out. It's just fun on a bun. An hour left. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I've got the energy today to work on this light and get that done. And to work on the Thanksgiving Day video time machine and get that done and get it uploaded. And get this room area here organized and cleaned and straightened up for Thanksgiving Day, because I'm going to be busy as hell between doing my morning show, watching all the stuff on my channel, doing cooking all day, and going to clean some house. I'm going to be kind of busy. I don't want to have to take a nap on Thursday, but I may be passed out at some point. Probably right after I eat in the middle of the day. You know, 2 or 3 in the afternoon, chowing on some turkey and stuffing, and then as of now, I've had too much sleep and I'm wiped out. Too much sleep means I had like 3 hours sleep last night. I got up like 3 times to take a leak. That's just not right. Right? Losing that much sleep every night. Yeah, I know. The old prostrate. The prostrate. It's his prostrate is spoken him. Yeah, it's the size of a cantaloupe. Oh my God, did he just talk about his penis? Oh no. I'm going to call my lawyer. How dare you? Talking about penises offends me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yep. Oh my God. G-O-T. O-M-G-O-T. Oh my God. I need to watch some more Square Pegs. I've been putting it off because I've just been busy with other shit. But I love me some Square Pegs. It's totally Television Tuesday, man. Where's your TV? Well, I got one right here behind me. Yeah. Totally. I'll totally need to get it hooked up to my VCR there. And then I can have little old movies playing. You know, because I love to just reach around and grab a movie and say, there's Friday the 13th, part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, right? Hellraiser 3, Hellbound. That's the Hell section there. Look, Sling Blade. Black Sunday. Ooh, that's the good one here. Black Sunday, Little Big Man, Night Shift, Mother Jugs and Speed. I need to find my Over the Edge. Ow! Find my copy of Over the Edge on VHS. This is a JVC VCR. It's a good one. I got a couple of Sonys over there. This is one of my backup VCRs. Yeah, I keep a lot of extra VCRs around because I used to, like, I'd have one and then it would just go bad and eat a tape or something, you know, knock on wood, that doesn't happen. But, you know, you see it coming and you just hope it doesn't happen. But you see it coming now and it's like I stop using it, write something on it, this machine needs this or needs to be checked out, and then I switch to another machine. And I don't let it get that bad where I've got to rip a machine apart to save a tape or throw a machine away because it's just a piece of crap, right? Yes, sirree, Baba Rooney. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've got a whole lot of shaking going on. That's what I got. Boy. Oh. Pardon my pain. Sometimes it takes over. And it just decides for me everything. Hey. There we go. Boy, that bong there is in an awkward place. Looks like I've got a Strody. Yeah. I've got a Woody. Why does he say Strody? Well, you know, because Woody Strody, right? Nobody? Woody Strody? Nobody? He's got a Woody. No, he's got a Strody. No, really. Well, that's just great, man. That's just fucking great. I still got shit packed over in the corner here that I've just been kind of moving around until I get things straightened out completely. I need to get that lamp up on a table or shelf or something here. I need bookshelves. I need help. Yep. It looks like I'm going to have a nice little storage area in the corner here once I move my desk over against this wall here at another 1.5 feet that way. This bed is going to have to come out, which is going to give me, you know, like 3 square feet of room space down here where I can stack up some of my belongings, like this tub that I have here filled with camera stuff. So I'll take this tub and organize all of my camera stuff and then put that down there on top of a crate filled with cables and other studio accoutrement, other crap. What the hell did he say? Did he pronounce that right? Probably not. Yeah.
get some things up on the walls. I want to put some pictures and posters up for a little while I can. Yeah, gotta make a change. Gotta make a definite change in my diet. My daughter said she might get some kind of exercise machine for herself, because I told her she needs to find that part of her that's gonna stay physically fit while she's young, while her body is still okay. She needs to start becoming more physically active and taking care of her body, right? So she spends so much time with schoolwork that it's been really hard to do anything like that. But I think it's going to help and will pay off. And since she's just about done with school anyway, another year and a half, another 3 semesters after this, yeah, I think she really needs to. And if she does, well, then I can join her, you know. It's like, I did this many steps. What did you do? You know, a little friendly family competition is good. Oh, here we go. Do svidaniya. She's a bye-bye. So, what are y'all doing on Thanksgiving? Anybody? I'm doing too much as usual. I may be passing out, taking a nap at some point when somebody is around to take over watching food, you know, watching food cook. Just thinking about what I have to do on Thanksgiving Day makes me tired. The fact that I'm going to be up anyway at 4 in the morning to start doing this at 5, and then I don't get done with this until 8, and then I got to get right into cooking. I got to eat something and get right into cooking. So that's going to be, basically it's just get that turkey in the oven. Once that turkey is in the oven, get it browned, and then cover it up, and then leave it there for a few hours and go to work. So it needs to be timed so that, you know, by 9 the turkey is in the oven being browned, and by 10 it's covered up and ready to cook for a few hours, and we're out of the house by 10 or 11. And then I'm back within a couple of hours to continue with the food prep. The missus comes back from doing something on her own, and she'll just have to take over food prep and watching stuff. Watch that cook. I'm going to take a nap. Man, it's making me sleepy just thinking about it. Yep, getting skeletized. Starting to get gaunt in the cheeks. Starting to look old. Can't help it. I just can't help it. It's just the way it is, man. Everybody gets old. Everybody poops. Everybody dies. Yeah. Fun on a bun. So I can't wait to start thinking seriously about putting
this Wounded Knee thing together. I think I'm going to be working on music videos and a Wounded Knee documentary at the same time, while trying to keep content rolling on my channel. If I can program stuff 2.5 months out, so I don't have to think about it for at least a month and a half, God, I can get so much other video stuff done, free up my computers to do other stuff. Yeah. So I need to create, you know, like 3 videos each of each show for the monthly shows, the ones that only pop up once a month, every 4 weeks. I need to create 2 or 3 of those. I need to make sure that I have at least 8 to 10 episodes of all of the regular weekly shows. And I need to make sure that I have 80 episodes of something for the daily shows, for the daily morning show, right? So that's a lot of videos, right? I think I've got about 20 something of the morning show Dimension X. So I still need, what, like 60 episodes of something? That might be one of those shows where I upload everything else, and then every week I take a couple hours and create a show to put in that time slot and do that. That's probably going to be what it is, to make it more manageable. Because that's a hell of a lot of episodes to create at one time. I mean, I know, because I did those 21 episodes of Dimension X so far in a short amount of time, just back to back to back to back to back. And I've been doing that on both computers, you know. Over here do 10 episodes of this, and over here do 20 episodes of this, and just keep rocking and rolling and rocking and keep filling files full of stuff, so that I can eventually take it easy, and then have a week there where I just pump out stuff, you know, or in my spare time. All right, I've got some time to kill in between working on things. I'm going to run 10 episodes of this, you know. It's that Mustang driving asshole out there revving his fucking engine. The guy can't park for shit. He always leaves his car too far off to the side so that it's outside the line and in the middle of where you got to drive around his fucking car. Or the other car he parks in his driveway and leaves the ass end hanging out past the line, so you got to drive around the car this way. It's like, and then he drives around the park. He lives way at the end, right next to the street, but he's got to drive around the park when he comes in or leaves. You know? Whoom, 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 whoom. It's like, yeah, fucking grow up. Fucking high school punk. The guy's fucking my age, and he acts like he's in fucking junior high. I got a car, boom, boom. Oh. Yeah, sounds like he went out that way. Dumb bastard. Don't want to fucking hear it. Getting excited. My excitement usually outweighs my what the hell? Usually outweighs my enthusiasm. It'll wear off. My excitement wears off, and then I get drowsy. I wish I could just get, like, sleep for 8 hours a night. If I could sleep for 8 hours a night, I could function throughout a whole day without getting tired. And I can sometimes do that, like once a week. I sometimes sleep for 6 to 8 hours when I got nothing else going on. But not always.
Usually it's just a couple hours here, a couple hours there, a couple hours here, a couple hours there. That sucks. Totally sucks. Totally sucks, dude. Totally, totally, totally. Minecrafting was fun last night. I did it for about an hour and 20 minutes. Very cool. I did some mining. I actually did some mine exploring. I did a little bit of mining, and I did some track gathering. And I got myself a tunnel out and then up into the world, out at sea level. And I think 72, 70 something, that's whatever sea level is. So I came up out to sea level. Now I need to go out and up to village level, which is going to be a hell of a climb. I may decide to go over to the village by way of underground to stay safe and stay in a tunnel, and then anything that's exposed outside cover with glass so that nobody can jump onto the tracks and slow me down. And then I can decide to come into the village underground and have a way to go up and down, or do I come into the village above ground? I don't usually like to do that. I usually like to have options as far as where the mine carts are parked, so that villagers can't get in them. And I like the idea of staying in a tunnel or in underground so that it's safe from mobs. It's just two blocks high. That's it, all the way through. Just you on a mine cart. No bullshit. Some torches for light. And keep everything closed up pretty tight. I think what I'll do is do just that. Come out, see some daylight, shoot over to the village underground, and then create a place in the village where I can push a villager and he can fall down into a hole where he lands in water, gets out, and he can jump into a mine cart. And then I can move villagers around and start populating different areas, right? Wall areas off, put gates because they don't go through gates, build houses and with lots of doors and beds, bring over 2 villagers with a lot of workbenches, and they're going to populate the hell out of a place. I'll probably do that in the room, the big giant square room where the mine carts are coming in. I'll create a little mine cart station where the mine carts can come in. They can get out of the mine cart. They can't travel back down the mine cart path because it'll be gated. And the way you do that is you have a gate on the second block high, so you and the mine cart can go through underneath the gate and you don't have to open it. But the villager can't, unless it's a small villager. The small villager can go under the gate, but the big villager can't. So you have to have a small gate, a low gate, to close off the area, and then an upper gate to keep the minecart path safe. And then when you bring a villager over, push him out of the low gate, close the low gate, so when he creates babies with the other villager, they can't escape. And create a little world down there. And then eventually figure out how to get them up into the light. Some kind of elevator. Waterfall is usually pretty good to go up. I don't know how
good they are. Stairs or a ladder is really good to get villagers up. I could build a spiral staircase. But I think ladders are probably the best way for a villager to get around and to go up. I can also, when I'm bringing the villagers over, I can also have a secondary junction on that. I can have I blinked. I can have a junction on the track so that I can send villagers up to village level or send them down to mine level, right? So I can do both. I think I'll do that. So I can have some villagers down there creating tools for mining, and then have villagers above ground creating resources for survival. Farmers, I need farmers. If I've got a farmer in my village that I create, then he's constantly making food for me. And all I have to do is harvest the food when I get a chance. Before he does. Right? Harvest the food and give him the seeds and let him plant, and then come back and harvest the food before he does and give him the seeds so he can plant. Like that. My main goal for this lost version of my world, because I'm still in Frederick. Frederick is the world that I'm playing in, and I created this whole giant realm with roads and paths and mine carts, and it's just like it spans like several maps, right? And they're all connected via roads. And I'm way north of that on the same world. I'm just way north in an area lost. So the plan is to create a whole second village way, way, way far away up in this lost area, and create like a new world on the top of this snowy mountain peak on the footprint, using the resources of this mob that used to be there, right? And create an ice mountain village. That's going to be cool. And have it linked to the nearby Lower Cherrywood village, and then take and create a path, a footpath, a road all the way down to connect with the existing road moving north, connect them, and then eventually run a mine cart all the way down, spanning like 2 or 3 maps, right? That's a hell of a fucking challenge there, especially in survival. I'm doing this whole thing in survival mode. So everything that I do, I have to gather resources to do it. So I only play it once a week. I only play it live for the show because I cannot devote any more time to it than that. So all the changes that happen now, are for everyone to see. Because I just can't spend any extra time doing that kind of shit, right? If I've got stuff over here editing or saving or doing something for an hour, 2 hours, and the same thing going on over here for an hour or 2 hours, I need to be up doing other stuff, programming stuff out, working on the room here, setting up new cameras, doing this, doing that, working on other things. I really need to get a third computer. I really need to get a third computer, but it needs to be a desktop computer, and it needs to be like a gaming computer, something really strong and fast with a lot of memory. and I can be pumping out once I get my YouTube verification thing so that I can pump in more videos every day. I'm going to turn this into a video fucking machine, a factory. Just loading up my channel full of crap, right? And then what I might do eventually is create, you know what, I don't even think about the time to create a monetized version of my channel. I was thinking about doing 2 channels, one that's monetized and one that's not, and seeing, take content from this channel that can be monetized and upload it onto this channel. Bada bing. And then see what happens. You know, any shows that are allowed to be monetized, move them over. Keep them here, but make them subscriber only. And everything over here, you have to be you don't have to be a subscriber. Watch everything over here, but you got to deal with commercials. I don't know. We'll see. I probably won't want to invest the time into a secondary channel. It's just, once again, too much work, too much stuff on my plate. Just saying that made me think of Thanksgiving and the huge plate of food. It's like we got to break out the big plates. The big plates. Because it literally looks like a carnival going on, right? Every single color you could think of is there. All the food groups are represented. It's like the plate of food. And I like a traditional Thanksgiving meal, the meal that we were programmed to eat, because that's the foods that they wanted to sell us, right? I enjoy that meal, and the fact that we only get it once a year makes it all the more palatable and enjoyable. You know, I don't want to have, for Thanksgiving dinner, I don't want to have a meal that I have 3 or 4 or 20 times a year. I want to have something different, you know. We eat I'm not going to have Chinese food. A lot of people do have Chinese food on Thanksgiving. I don't want to do that because we have Asian food several times a year, right? So it's nothing special. We don't have turkey at all during the year, at all. Turkey once a year. That makes it desirable for me, anyway. Yeah. Boy, it's weathery out there. Man, I'm surprised I haven't had technical difficulties yet. Like yesterday morning. Was it yesterday morning? Yeah, yesterday morning, the beginning of the show, technical difficulties. Yeah. It's just fraught with all kinds of TDs, man. It's got the TDs. Oh, I need bookshelves in here. I need to get all of my books in one spot. You know, all of my notebooks and manuals and stuff. Just a nice old school style bookshelf. If I can get that on the wall behind me here, that'd be perfect. That would pretty much wrap it up in here. Put a wide, deep top on it so that I could put my printer and a lamp and some desk stuff there. Put a shelf somewhere so that I can put other important things to this whole studio idea here. And have a little bit of room in here so I can on occasion set up a little table or a tray or something and work on something different. Just a little room There's a little area right in the middle of this room, just a little space. Just a little space. Getting excited. Okay, well, now that it's brighter in here, because the sun is up, God, I feel like I want to try to get something done before we go clean a house, so that when I get back, it's ready to continue rather than ready to start. If I get back and I gotta start it, But if I get back and it's like, okay, this is dry, now I can do this and this and this and this, I think that's going to be more my speed. Because as soon as I get this one done, I can buy a couple of things and do the other light, the one in our bedroom, and that one really needs to be there as well. Yeah. Totally. Totally. Yeah, it's like these two computers, both of them have to stay working all day, every day, in order to keep up with the workload, to ensure that in the next week or two, I'll be able to upload all the content for the next couple of months. Being able to upload more than I'm allowed to right now is really going to make the difference. And staying working on that programming every day for the next week or so is really going to make a difference. I figure by the end of this month, which is Friday, Saturday, I should be loading up content for December and January. Just in the first week of December, I should get it all uploaded. You know? Okay, let's upload all of this series for 2 months. Let's do the next series for 2 months out. You know? Not week at a time, but 2 months at a time for one show. Let's upload that entire file and get that ready to go. Work on just that show and that description for that show. So much to do. I'm over 900 videos on my channel. Couple of hundred at least. Our morning show. There's a bunch of other live stuff, a bunch of other videos, original videos, but most of it is old-time radio shows and educational films. And I'm very proud of bringing this content to the audience so that you get an idea of why I am who I am, you know. Because these are the things that kind of brought me to where I am, brought me to who I am. Yeah. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's just about, yeah, we got about 25 minutes left here. I'm going to break out some more doobage. And I love a good bag of buds. I love a good bag of buds. Good stuff. Yeah, so I'm going to do a little bit of food. And I think I'm going to go right into emptying this room, pushing everything aside, and setting it up, and get my wife out here after she's up and had coffee and get in here and create the area that we're going to put the light in this acoustic ceiling, this cottage cheese, popcorn, palomitas. So we'll create the place, and then I'll do some painting where I have to remove the acoustic ceiling and create a trench, a trough, and I'm going to paint that white so that I've got something smooth and clean to attach the sticky tape to the wire track. Because that's important to put that up there so that it stays. So I'll hopefully get that done this morning, and then when I get back, use the hair dryer on it to make sure that it's good and cured, and then install the wire of the light and install it, slide that track on there and stick it up in there. Run it down to the switch, track it down to the switch too, and wire that shit up and get us a fucking ceiling light finally. And then the outlets, I have 2 outlets here. Once these outlets are live again, because I'll have a new switch over there, then I can wire up the light here rather than have it run on an extension cord. And probably do something a little bit better there. Yeah, okay, so let's see, we're gonna do a little bit of Bong Hits here. And then I think the best thing that I can do at this point when I sign off is to start creating more videos. I don't have anything to upload right now. For this week. I would like if next week I started uploading stuff, or this weekend started uploading stuff for next week, but the next 2 months as well. I need to take a break from working on this stuff every day to work on other stuff every day. Right now my studio is about my channel, and I need the studio to be about making videos too. I need to have a playlist on my channel with original videos, right? Let me do that. Okay. Totally, man. Oh my god, no way. Did he talk about his penis? So let's see, get done here, get dressed, get some food in me, something, or get some tools gathered. That's probably what I need to do, is gather implements of construction, measure things out, mark things, get things ready to work, try to knock this painting before I go, so that I'm just continuing. I'm just like, okay, now I can do this. While that is painted and drawing and I'm still here, work on getting everything else together. I've got to wire up the lamp, hardwire it, and then I've got to adjust the switch on it, the light color, the strength of the dim light, the strength of the bright light, the color of the bright. And I'm going to try to give it a nice yellowy light in here. At least have a white and then have a nice yellowish old school style light that'll look good on camera. So I can go bright on camera or kind of a nice dingy color on camera. Because, you know, that's important. And then same thing in the bedroom. You know, have it bright so in case she wants to sit in bed and knit, or I want to sit in bed and read, we're good to go. Or if we want it just kind of nice and dim so that we can, you know, sit in there and watch TV and fall asleep or whatever. Whatever. Man, my health sucks. There's only one way to fix that. Go belly up. When the wind starts blowing, the house starts creaking. The foil on the window back here starts going clickety clickety. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. We live in the desert, so like a lot of people, we put foil on the windows to reflect that heat out. And I just like the privacy, really. Totally. I need more organization. That's all I need right now. Well, that and a new body, but more organization. I think that's going to benefit me and the channel, is to just get better organized, get things straightened up in here, get things straightened up on my computer, create folders on the computer and notebooks out here to keep track of everything. I always try to keep a couple of clipboards with what I'm working on. Keep a fresh calendar with what's going on. You know, in fact, I need to get another one of these calendar planner books. I need to get a full wall-size calendar. And I got a little calendar. Where's my national parks calendar? Because I need to know what's going on from day to day to day to day to day. Like in our room, we've got our work calendar where we keep track of houses that we have to clean. Most importantly, because there's one lady who sends us bookings, and she can fucking screw things up like nobody can. So my wife's like, I already have this booked on my calendar. It's already booked. Oh, let me check. Oh, that's right, I got the date. It's not in May, it's not March, it's May. It's like, give me a fucking break, lady. Get your head out of your ass. You know, this is important. You know, not just to us, not just to you, but to the guy who owns the fucking house, most especially. It's important. You know, get your head out of your ass. Fucking kook. Just, you know, it's just a demanding ass fucking Karen who doesn't give as much as she demands. Yeah. Just went into a little bit of thought trying to figure out what it is I'm going to have for breakfast. I know, stomach. You give me break, I will give you food. It's like every day I starve myself. Every day I start this show with coffee and a cereal bar, and I go for 4 hours from the time I wake up to the time I get off of this show, and then finally get around to eating something. So I starve myself for the first part of the morning, and then I eat a little something, and then if I don't eat lunch, then I starve myself until dinner. If I've got a nighttime like Monday night, then I won't eat until 6:30 sometimes, after only having had a breakfast or a lunch or something. Yeah, no wonder I look like shit. No wonder I feel like shit. I probably need to squeeze a protein shake in here on occasion, more often. Lay off of the coffee and eat healthier. Get up in the morning and have some, fresh fruit and a bagel or something. And then some juice. And then maybe a little coffee, right? But get something in my stomach first. I think I'm going to have to really work on that, right? Always make sure that there's some muffins or some toast or English muffins or something to eat with some fresh fruit every morning. A little whole grain, a little fresh fruit, maybe a little egg or something, some juice, and then get into the coffee, right? That's going to take some shoehorning to get that into my schedule. I guess if I work on it and plan it out right, it shouldn't take too long in the morning to deal with that, rather than making coffee and grabbing a cereal bar. But that bong is always in the wrong place, ain't it? Swing. But it's in the right place in my book. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Fucking wind. I don't know what to do about the local stray cats. There's still a few local stray cats. Just stop feeding them and they'll go away. No, they won't. They'll just look lonely, and bummed out that nobody cares about them anymore. So we need to figure out a way that they can sneak into a place and eat and get warm and get water and stuff without being fucked with or being seen, or it look like we're helping, right? So I need to come up with some kind of solution. Now they will get on our roof and then come down partway into our yard up high where the dogs can't get them, under the top of our shed. And they've been there before. In fact, one day I opened up the side door that goes into the backyard, and I opened up the door and there was a cat eating a rabbit right there on our porch. And had I let the dogs out, it would have been a fucking nightmare. So I immediately, and I opened up the door and the cat took off, and then the cat looked from around the corner like, can I get my rabbit? So I closed the door and opened it a while later, and the cat did the same thing. But as soon as I noticed the cat was there eating the rabbit, I closed our doggy door so they couldn't go out. Thankfully, nobody noticed. And eventually the cat took the rabbit and bailed. But, I understand that out here, cats will hunt to feed themselves. I just want to make sure that they're okay, that if they haven't been able to catch any food, they can eat something, and if it means buying a bag of cat food and filling a bowl on occasion in a place where nobody but the cat can find it, right? Then I'm going to do that. I need to make a feeder. I need to make a long tube with a top screw on top. You can fill it full of a bag of cat food, and then down at the bottom it spills into a bowl. That's it. Now you got a feeder. And, oh, I just blinked again. Did I have a stroke? Create a feeder that I can put someplace that you don't really notice it, and only the cats can get to it. You know, I don't want to feed the rat population, but then again, if the cats go there to eat, and the rats are attracted to it, the cats will kill the rats to get a better meal. So it's a win-win. It'll probably be a place underneath the mobile home. We'll make a place where the cats can get underneath the mobile home safely. I'll make a tube that is out here on the porch where nobody can see it, that I can unscrew, put the top on a chain so I don't lose it. Have a funnel type thing created so I can pour a bag of cat food into it, knowing that it goes all the way down to a bowl, and as they eat it, it more just spills down into the bowl, right? And then maybe create a little bird bath type water bowl for them. Or create a bird bath, because they will go up to the bird bath and drink out of the bird bath, right? So have a bird bath. They can't say, I can't feed the birds water. And let them drink out of that, but have a hidden food bowl for them. Something that I can just shine a light into and check the tube depth and see how much food is in there, right? And besides, if the rats eat it, at least they're down outside and they're not coming in, right? So that's another win-win. So yeah, I think we'll do that. Make it so that it goes down, 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 and then just pops out. It doesn't even have to be underneath the mobile. It can just be outside the fence. It can spill down here, and then right down at the ground, we can have a little cover so that water can't affect it, rain can't affect it. And it's just a little bowl, and make it so that the cats can find it. That's it. That's perfect. That's problem solved. And nobody can see it. And if they can see it, they don't know what the fuck it is. It's this little tiny little outlet. It's going to look like a fucking outlet or a drain or something, right? Not a big deal. So a clean piece of PETG pipe, the black pipe, because you can get that at 4 inches wide or bigger. And you can get a screw on top for it. I can get an elbow at the bottom that goes into a short piece of pipe that is turned into a bowl. That's it. A piece of pipe that comes out, and it just creates a little bit of a bowl at the end. And as the food comes down, it just keeps filling up that bowl. Period. And then just make it so the tip of that bowl sticks out the bottom of the fence outside. Problem solved. I think I also want to make a little community pantry that is just a little pantry underneath a tree in the shade, with a little roof on it, something that's got a little glass front on it so you can see what's in there, and you can go and you can put food in there and you can take food out, you know. and see if our trailer park can start something like that, and then do a little library too. Do a little book mobile library thing where it's just a little glass front cabinet, and it's got books that you can take books and you can leave books. You can borrow books and then take it back. And then I can just dig up books. You know, because books, you can find a box of books for 50 cents. I blinked again. It's not the camera. I think it's the cable. So I'm going to have to check that cable. Change it out and see if it's, is it the cable or is it the length of cable that's causing some kind of outage, some kind of shortage or something. I don't know. Fucking I don't know. What am I, a technical wizard? What am I, a geek? All right. Let's see. Yeah. It's about time to cue up the closing credits for the show. And I guess time for me to get rocking and a-rolling while I still am juiced up and excited about the day. I woke up, you know, which isn't saying much because I don't really sleep. But I'm alive. I woke up. I'm here. I am a viable human still, so I'm going to do human stuff. It's Thanksgiving, so the next few days, the next week, we're really going to try to focus in on family and neighborhood and community and that kind of stuff. So, yeah. I don't know what anybody else has got going on. I just know that right here, within a few houses of where we are at, we're making a turkey and we're going to share it with those around us, you know. There you go. And, you know, stop by my channel on Thanksgiving because I'll take care of you there too. I've got a whole lot of stuff to enjoy and to learn. So that's going to be a friggin' awesome day of stuff. All right, the closing. I am booting up the closing, and yeah, you know the routine, people. Be sure to spread peace and love and not bullshit. Be kind to each other. Do something for yourself, but hey, do something for somebody else as well. Did I say that right? You know, we're not alone. But most especially, stay weird. Because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna be weird for you. All right, people, love you. Take care. Have a good day. I will see you tomorrow morning. And most especially, I will see you on Thanksgiving. Because we're gonna have fun. We're gonna learn some stuff. And we're gonna pay respect to the first people. All right, love you guys. Take care. Adios. Yeah.
Yo, later, Joey.